Hey everybody, let's give it a few seconds for everybody to come on. How you guys doing today? Looks like as you guys are coming on, looks like you're coming on slowly. I'm assuming because it's Sunday, um, at least here in the United States, and then elsewhere it's probably later in the day, Sunday evening. I think somebody said in the group it's like 1 a.m. there. So these will always be recorded. You may be watching this as a recording later on. Just give people just a few more minutes to come in. How you guys doing today? As you come in, just go ahead and say something. Say what time it is where you're at. Let me know what time it is. Here it is 11 a.m. in Chico, California. So I went and left a comment. 11 a.m. in Chico. Why don't you guys say where you're at and what time it is? Just try to give people a little bit more time to come in here. You hear me good? Good. Paraguay. Nice. Yeah, that's what I love about Facebook and about social media and working online is that there's people from all over the world. I remember just doing my very first event, very first e-commerce event. We had about 300 people there, and there's people from all over the world. People that came from France, people that came from Australia, people that came from the UK, people that came from India, China. People came from all over the world to attend that event, and it was awesome. It's really cool. I'm the type I like to learn about other cultures and have a lot of experience, so I find that to be pretty cool. All right. I have a feeling that there's not going to be many people on the live session, but that's fine. This is going to be recorded. It's always recorded, and it will be put into the group right away. So, I don't have to do anything to actually to upload this. That's what's so cool about these. A lot of webinars, like on GoToWebinar and a lot of these other platforms that people are using for webinars and live feeds, you got to wait a day or two for them to render it and to edit it, and then for them to upload it to the membership site for you to be able to watch the replay. And with Facebook doing it right here in the group and doing it live, you watch it live, and then as soon as it's done, it's there. It's already in the membership area. So that's one of the benefits. That's why I like these Facebook groups. And as time goes on, Facebook's been around for I don't know, what, 8 years now, 10 years now, something like that. I don't remember when they came out, but as they go on, more and more features keep coming out, more and more products, Facebook products keep coming out, and it keeps getting better and better. And they're really taking they're really going in the angle of providing services, providing value for business owners, while at the same time providing things that the community and their users actually want. And so they do a really good job on keeping that balance, on bringing out tons of features and tons of cool things that we could do and use to our advantage as marketers, but at the same time, we don't overburden or overbear, I guess, the users on Facebook. Them get tired of us. You can get away with it for a little while, and then Facebook will get rid of you. 12 years, that's how long it's been on? Wow. Yeah, I guess it is 12 years. I don't know why I was thinking 8. It was 2004, right? Is that what that would have been? Yeah, somewhere early. Wow. And their Facebook's people talk about advertising on Facebook and how it's changed and they love it or they hate it, or Facebook shouldn't be doing advertising, or all kinds of things. People have all kinds of opinions on Facebook's advertising. But the interesting thing is that since it was a college program used on, what was it, Stanford or something, one of the campuses where Mark Zuckerberg worked, I don't know all their history, but since way back then, advertising has been the driving force to keeping it going. So, it's always Facebook has always relied on advertising, has always relied on the advertisers, and has made things very very convenient for us and accommodating for us. And so I really like Facebook. There will be a time, just like every other platform, just like every other tool, just like every other whatever we come across, in marketing and in sales, services or whatever it may be, these things come to an end. They reach their point where they come to an end, and so there will come a place where there'll be something better out there, but they stay innovative. So how soon that will be, I don't know. Okay, so I've just kind of been wasting time talking, giving some people time to come in. There still aren't very many people here, but the numbers have doubled. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I still got my cough. I apologize for that. Okay, so you can see my store. You can see the back end of the store over here. It says, hello, good morning, Robert. Shopify's a lot like Facebook in that they're really accommodating. They're really welcoming to the business owner, and they do things to make us feel good and welcomed. And so, good morning, Robert. That's just a perfect example like that. They do things to let you know that they care. Shopify does. Now, there are some issues with Shopify which we'll have to deal with later on, but those issues can be solved with other tools or other platforms. So things about Facebook, things about Shopify, when they get so big, there's only so much they can do for the marketer to not offend the customer, not to offend their users. So that's when smaller platforms and platforms that are more designed for the internet marketer come into really they come into play, and they're really helpful at those points. So we'll deal with that later on. As I said, I'm always going to start off the most basic stuff in this training, and then we're going to take it more advanced. And so some of that stuff is more advanced. I just like talking about it. So basically, since the last time we were together, just a few days ago or last week, what I've done is I set up a domain. So what we have now is I just picked a domain. We could change this later. But I went with Cozy Faux Socks, cozyfauxsocks.com. It's not exactly appropriate, I don't think, or I don't think that's the right way to say it. From researching a little bit and spending some time on this since the last webinar, I've discovered some things, and so I want to go into one of those right now. Let's go to Wikipedia. Actually, let's go to for Wikipedia. And so this is what I did. I didn't do this in the copyright video that I did for you guys to catch up or to let you guys know, that you do have to look up these terms. But I didn't know this term, and so before I'm going to go and build a store on it, I want to know a little bit more about it. I want to build my pages, my content, my marketing, and I want to build it around having some sort of knowledge of what it is that I'm actually selling. And so when I did some research, I basically found out that it just means fake fur. So matter of fact, that's where you end up when you put in the faux fur is fake fur. I think this one links to it. It did somewhere. Somehow I ended up on the other one when I was doing this research earlier. But it basically means fake fur. There is, or false. See, false is the word. It comes from French, and so that's the origination, or I'm trying to think of the word for the origination of words. Can't think of it right now. But that's where it comes from. It's a French word, and it means false, so it's false fur. So by saying cozy false socks doesn't really make sense, but you know what? I don't really care. The reason why I like it and I'm okay with that is because someone who's already in the niche. Remember we looked up on the term on Trademarkia? And there was nothing there. Well, I also looked up Cozy Faux because I wanted to make sure that was safe. And there is Cozy Faux blankets, and there's Cozy Faux paw, which is fake fur blankets and throws. And then there's faux fur cozy. So those are the only ones that are very similar, but they're not dealing with socks. So we're good to go there. Did do some research and found out. So when I was on that page, I found that there was a Cozy Faux. what was it? Just cozyfo.com. And these are blankets. And so they say Cozy Faux. We've got Cozy covered. But it's Cozy Faux. It's not Cozy Faux first, so it's like Cozy False. And so that's why, going back to the name Cozy Faux Socks, even though it's Cozy False Socks, it doesn't really make sense. The niche is okay with it, apparently, from this right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll with it. So now we know what faux means. It's basically fake or false. So it's fake fur socks, Cozy fake fur socks. That's the name of our store. Now, some of you guys already know this, and you might be thinking, Robert, how do you not know this, right? I just don't know, right? And a lot of you are going to come across niches that you just don't know. If you're going to be doing a lot of marketing, doing a lot of sales, and testing a lot of different products, there's chances are you're going to come across a product that you're not going to know anything about. But the numbers are going to show that it has the high potential of selling and converting really well. And so when those times come, you're going to have to learn about it and be okay with not knowing. So, we just learned about Cozy Faux, everything that I need to know about it at least for right now. I'll learn about more problems as we go on. Another thing you could do is just go to Amazon and look at reviews. I think we did that last time when we were doing some research on the product. So we might do that a little bit here in a little bit. But for right now, I'm going to keep on going. I just wanted to show you that I looked at the domain, thought about it a little bit, and that's what I went with, Cozy Faux. I also set up a Facebook Business Manager. I set up an ads account, and I set up a Facebook page. I didn't go through setting up any of those because the Watch Me Build is not, as I said in the very beginning, it's not a training. It's more watching over my shoulder. And we're not going to go into the specifics of how to deal with settings. You can find all of that stuff on Google. You could just go to Facebook help and find out how to set up a business manager. Those are just basic help or basic support questions or basic just technical questions, right? So setting up that account stuff, I'm not going to do any of that basically in this Watch Me Build program. So even with Shopify, I didn't go through setting up my payments and things like that. I will show you guys really quickly what I did, but I didn't spend a lot of time going over that in the live feed. And I just want to have good content on here. I want to have good strategical content. And so that's what this Watch Me Build program is about. It's about you getting the strategical content. So when I do deal with settings, so we are going to deal with some settings on here. We're going to deal with shipping settings, and we're going to deal with some checkout settings and some setting up the pages and things like that also you could look up on Google or just find in help and support or something like that. But they're more strategical. I'm going to give you some strategical reasoning and the why behind why I do some of the things. If I'm not going to give you any why or any strategy, then if it's just a setting or how to set something up, I'm just going to skip all that for the sake of just getting to the good content. So I just wanted to put that out there. So I already set up the business manager, I set up the ads account, and I set up the Facebook page. You guys could look that up. It's really easy. It's just basically filling out forms, filling out basic information, account information. The Facebook page, I didn't completely set up. We'll do some of that here in a little bit. In my Shopify account, what I set up already is you can see my screen over here in these settings. I set up, my business information, corporate name. I put in a customer email address. Again, I'm not going to show how to set up email addresses. You guys know how to make email addresses, so that's kind of the stuff I skipped. But I did set up an email address that the part that I'm showing you is the strategy part behind it. You want to have some sort of email that is in line with your brand. So just using my personal email, it's not good. I change it and put in some sort of customer email. And there's a lot of places you could set up a customer service email. You could use Google for that. You could use, there's way too many. There's way too many. I like Gmail, but Gmail for business. Put in basic other account information, hit save. Oh, one thing I do want to show you down here, if you plan on building a lot of stores or several stores, I just put prefixes above or in front of my order numbers. So that's just to be able to identify one store to tell my store parts. So you're going to be using a lot of different softwares as you grow and different platforms, and you're going to be passing information across these different platforms. And so if order numbers just come through, you won't know which store it is. But if you abbreviate it with Cozy Faux Socks, so just abbreviate it with your store name, then you could identify them later on. So that's what I did already. And then payments, the payments I always set up are Shopify payments and PayPal payments. So for Shopify, you basically just need a bank account. You need your account and routing number. For PayPal, you just need a PayPal account. I use those two in all my stores. If I left off one, I'm going to be losing a lot of sales. If I left off Shopify payments, I'm going to lose a lot of people that don't have PayPal. If I leave off PayPal, I'm going to lose a lot of people that don't use credit cards. They only use PayPal when they shop online. So I think it's essential to be using at least you don't have to use Shopify payments, but at least some sort of payment processor. Shopify is, as it says right here, powered by Stripe. But well, I'll have some things to say about Stripe later on when we deal with other platforms. But those are the two you want to use right away, I think, and then maybe Amazon and Apple Pay and stuff. They have those down here. I don't know why they're not showing in this account, but you should be able to see it in at least some of your accounts. PayPal. One thing to say about PayPal is when you first set up your account, PayPal will already be kind of connected. But what it's going to do is it's going to pull in the email address that you have associated with your Shopify account. So for me, the one that you've seen was that rnava email on the other page. That's the email I used to sign up with. And what it does is it connects my PayPal automatically to that PayPal account, the one that's associated with rnava. Well, that's not the that's not the PayPal account I want to use. So what I have to do is go in here and deactivate it, and then reactivate it and connect it to my other PayPal account. So just something to be aware of, that if you're going through and you're getting all your payment settings set up, and you're like, oh, I already set up PayPal, or if whatever, you think you did it, it might be set up to the wrong PayPal account. So make sure you check that if you have multiple PayPal accounts. So I set up my payments. I set up my the general settings. I promise, guys, this cough will be gone here in a couple weeks. You don't have to deal with it through the whole program. It usually lingers for a couple weeks, though. So I leave accounts optional. I don't know why. I don't do anything with accounts yet, but I just do that. Require last name only. Require first and last name. I just require last name only. It's not really important. Company name, optional. Address line 2, optional. Phone number, I leave it optional. If you have high-end products, if you're selling products that are like $1,000, or if you have products where you absolutely need a phone number to stay in contact with the customer, then make it required. And then just say it. Say, we require your phone number because. While the customer is checking out, use the shipping address as the bill to address. That's so that they don't have to put in the address twice, so it'll automatically fill the shipping address as the billing address, which is going to pull from the credit card or PayPal or whatever they put in. It's going to automatically put in for the shipping address, but they'll give them a option to change it if they want. So I just leave it. I send their checkout reminders or abandoned cart emails. I send them an hour later. And then they're changing some of these settings, the wording on some of it. So I just want to read some of this as I'm going through. Collecting consent to send promotional emails. I agree. Make sure you hit that right away. Don't forget about that, because you're going to get 10,000 orders and you're like, oh, I didn't get permission to send them emails. I don't have their contact information. So you want to get agrees. After an order has been paid, automatically fulfill orders. No, automatically fulfill gift cards. And you could do that. Do not automatically fulfill any orders or line items. So just leave them open. That way you know what orders need to be processed. Automatically archive orders. After an order has been fulfilled and paid, automatically archive. I do hit that. And then additional contents and scripts. That's where you're going to put codes and tracking stuff. We're not going to do that right now. Just pass it up. I'm going to go ahead and hit save, and I'm going to go through the rest of these settings real quick. Because the reason being is that it has a refund policy, a privacy policy, and a terms of service. When I'm first starting up a store, I'm not going to take time to be really specific. Nobody reads that stuff anyways. So all I'm going to do is hit generate sample. Now I want to make sure that on this tab up here, I've already changed my customer email address, because what it's going to do is it's going to put that in here somewhere. Maybe not on this one. It does it in some of these, one or two of these. So you want to make sure that you have it changed to where they're actually they're connecting, when they email, they're going to get the right email address. So if you go do all of these before you see, here it is right here, CS. If I did this before I went and changed the email in my general settings, then I'm gonna have to go through each one of these pages and change that as well. So that's what I mean, guys, by strategy. I'm gonna show you guys stuff. You know, this is a setting, and I didn't have to go over this setting type stuff. I could just tell you to do it. But you know, I wanted to show you because there's some, you know, you want to do this in a right process, in a right format, so you don't have to spend so much time on it. This is how I kick out stores really quickly. So it's generated. It's already got the email. Same thing for this one. It's got the email address. Got everything I need. So now I have those my policies and terms of service, refund policy, and all that good stuff that I need. Let's see. Checkout. Let's go over shipping. So shipping, I'm going to go ahead and leave the shipping from information just as is. I'm going to delete the rest of the world. I'm not going to send to the rest of the world right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete that zone. We're only going to be shipping to the United States. So I have the United States domestic in here. And so there's different, right now there's two options. There's standard shipping, 0 to 5 pounds, $10. And then heavy goods shipping is $20. I'm going to do a free plus shipping offer on here, so I want to set up the shipping for that, and then I want to, well, actually, I just want to set up shipping. We're only going to be selling socks on this store, so for this particular store, we're going to set up shipping a little bit different than I would on a lot of other stores. This is a single product store, so on single product stores, you're going to set up shipping a little bit different than you would on a general store or on a niche store. If you don't remember what those are, go back and look at the past videos. But a single product store, if all the products are the same, then you don't need to do, or you have more flexibility in your shipping, and you don't need to do, you don't need to get a crap load of shipping rates, which you normally would, unless you're using an app or something like that. But without going into that, so I'm going to edit the ones that are already there. I'm going to do standard shipping. Minimum weight is going to be, you know what? Let's see. Let me add a rate because I was editing, it's not giving me all the options. So let me add a rate instead, I think. Maybe they've changed this. All right, so what we got to do is we're going to do it by weight. So let me go back in here and edit the standard one. So standard shipping, minimum order weight, let's do something like this. Let's make the socks, when I put the products onto the store, they're all going to be socks. I'm going to make each pair of sock weigh 1/2 pound. And I want them to pay shipping for each sock, or each pair of sock that they add. So if they're paying 0 to, I mean, if it weighs 0 pounds to 0.4 of a pound, then their shipping rate is going to be 0. They're going to get free shipping. If they are shipping 0.5 to 0.9, so if they have one sock or one pair of socks, they're going to pay, so one pair of socks we'll do $4.99. No, we'll test it out at $5.99 first. And then let's add another one. We're going to add, and I'm just going to keep calling them standard. I'll show you guys some cool tricks about the shipping names and stuff here in a little bit. Matter of fact, I'll do it in this one. I don't know if it'll be effective in this one, but I'll show you guys the trick here in a little bit. So 1 to 1.4, so if they add 2 pairs in there, so if each pair is 1/2 pound, and they add 2 pounds, that's going to be 2 pounds. That's going to be 1 pound, or excuse me, 2 pairs. That's going to be 1 pound, which will be if one pair is $5.99, so 2 pairs should be $12, or $10.99. So $11. They save $1 by buying 2 pairs. And then save. And then so 2. Let's add another one. And we're going to call it standard shipping. And this one is if they add 3. So 3 would be if they're $5.50 each when they buy 2. So 3 would be $15, $16.50. So let's make it $14.99 for 3. Does that make sense, you guys? I just want to make sure that that's making sense to you guys. I want to clarify a little bit. I just refreshed. You guys, if you guys want to comment and let me know if this doesn't make sense to you, if the shipping part does not make sense to you, I want you guys to say something in the comments real quick so that I can make sure I clarify. Otherwise, I'm just moving on. Let's add in 1, 2, 3. Let's add in one more pair of socks. So if they add in 4, what would it be? 2 pounds, 4. And if they are, let's see, for 3, what did I say? $14.99. So $15 for 3. That's $5 a piece. So that'd be $20. So let's do $18.99 for 4. No, let's do $17.99. Save a little bit of money. Okay. So now what's happening here is, let me hit save on that. I'm going to refresh your guys' comments too to see if I'm missing anything. Is there a reason that we don't do these based on price? Paul, when I went into here, I didn't want to. I could set some price-based rates. Okay, that's where they moved it. So when I first went in here, you're asking why I didn't do it based on price. I can do that. There's a bunch of ways I typically do this. You could go either way. But to be completely honest with you, they're moving so many settings around in here that the last time I did this, I used to be able to just add rate, and shipping and price-based rates used to be in the same form. So when I was showing you a minute ago, I couldn't find the price-based rates, and so that's why I went with the weight-based right now. So I like this way better, to be completely honest, in this sense, because what it does is it allows me to, as they add more products to cart, I could bring down their shipping. If you're doing it by price and you have multiple different price point products, then you don't know how many products that they're adding to cart. So that's basically the reason why, the main reason why I would. But I actually would do both of these. The first one I was going to do was going to be well, I'm not going to go into all that. There's a bunch of stuff I could go over with shipping, and this isn't a complete training. So yeah, if they buy 10 pairs, so you're asking me what if they buy 10 pairs? They're not going to. Richard, they're not going to buy 10 pairs. They're only going to be able to buy 4. There's no shipping rate set up. So this is going to limit them, but I'm not worried about that. I'm just getting, remember, you're watching me build. This is how I do this, trying to move as quick as I can. And yes, Miguel, you're saying, yeah, I could use a better shipping app. I can use better shipping app. The problem is that it takes more time. I'm going to run through this really quickly, and that's the point of this. So that the better shipping app, if we're going to add a bunch of different products to our product or to our store, better shipping app would work for that. To be completely honest, I've only ever installed better shipping app on a few different stores, and to be completely honest, I've removed it from every one of my stores. It doesn't help me any more than being able to just go in there and change some of this stuff around. So you could kind of do this on your own. I'm not going to get too in depth on it though right now on shipping, because it's really just product based or store based or niche based. You're gonna do this based on the products that you're selling. So for us, I'm only selling the socks in the very beginning, so this is the easiest way to do it straight from the get-go. It's just to set up these shipping rates by pounds. I'm only going to let them buy up to 4, and they're not going to be able to buy more. But I could change that later on. Most people, chances are in my first 1,000 orders, I'll probably only get 3 or 4 people that want to buy more than 4. I mean, it would be nice if they wanted more. Maybe my first 1,000 orders I might get 20. That'd be great. but more than 4. The way I'm going to set up the store. Now, after we build the store out, once we get the store going and get some orders going, then I could change a lot, and I could get them to buy a lot more. But remember, we're just moving through this as quick as we can. And so we're actually spending a little bit too much time on shipping. I want to show you guys one more thing, and I'm going to move past the shipping part. So I showed you standard shipping. Watch this. Insured shipping. 0.5 to 0.9 insured shipping. They're going to pay $6.99. Oops. $6.99. So instead of paying $5.99 per pair, they could get insured shipping by paying $6.99. And what that does is it gives them confidence that if anything happens, they're going to get their product. It doesn't change anything. I'm going to send them, if people complain and say, oh, we didn't get our socks, it says delivered, but I didn't get it, I'm going to send them out a new one anyways. We'll deal with customer service stuff later on. But it gives them more confidence, and it gives me an extra $1. So what I would do is I would actually go through and do that for each one. I don't remember what my price was. Was it $14.99? So let's do $15.99. Oops. Yeah, $5.99 to $6.99, $10.99 to 12. Let's add $11.99. Oops. And then I'm not going to waste more time going on through this. It doesn't really matter. So what's going to happen is when people go to cart, and if they only have half a pound to 0.9 of a pound in their cart, they're going to see these two options. They're going to see standard shipping and insured shipping. If they have 1 pound in their cart, they're going to see standard shipping and insured shipping, but they're going to see the different prices. And same thing with this. Well, these ones they don't have insured, but if I put these on later, which I probably will, then they'll see those as well. So hit save. Typically, I would make them all the same. I would put the insured shipping on there, but I don't want to take too much time on setting stuff when we could just keep moving through and starting our sales. So next thing I would go through, so we went through general payment, checkout. I set up my shipping. I'm not going to do anything with taxes, notifications, gift cards just yet. Files, that's nothing. Sales channels is the next place I want to be. And the sales channels that I set up is Facebook, Messenger, and online store. Those are the 3 I recommend you setting up right from the start. I'm not going to go into strategy behind them right now in this video, but I do. I want you to have them installed right from the very beginning. One of the coolest things for me, I'll just show you really quickly, is that on the front end of the store, you get the Facebook Messenger where they could chat with you. So at the very worst, you get to talk to the people through Facebook, right? Which is where you're sending them from. You know they're going to have a Facebook account and they're already going to be logged into Facebook because they just clicked on an ad from your Facebook ad, from Facebook. So as soon as they come here, you know they're logged in and they know they have a Facebook account. So you don't have to worry about any anything getting in between you and communication with the customer if you have that Messenger app. So or the Messenger sales channel. Notice that it's called a sales channel. It's not just an app, it's a sales channel. So we'll deal with that later. We'll deal with the strategy behind that later. You guys are going to be blown away. Some of you guys, I mean, people do not even know about. People don't. Matter of fact, I think it was in a group earlier. Somebody was asking the best chat. Maybe it was in our group. I'm not sure. But in one of the groups, we were asking about the best chat. People were talking about the Facebook, Facebook apps using these different Facebook. I'm like, the sales channel is right there. Why don't you use the sales channel, right? for chatting. So I'd say use those. We'll deal with why later on. Accounts. I got the middle account plan, the middle plan. Let's see, plan types. The plan I signed up for was the middle one, I believe. I don't know. That's the one I recommend because you get custom reports. You get the abandoned cart recovery. That's the important thing. You don't get that on the bottom one. You don't get the abandoned carts. So you want at least that. You got a 2-week trial, and I think you save a percentage. I think it's less than $79 if you're using the somebody said 10% or something like that you're saving if you use the affiliate link that I sent you guys. So we'll post that again. If you haven't set your stores up, I want you guys to use that link. One, because it helps me, but two, because it saves you money. You might as well be saving money month after month. If it's 10%, then it's $7.90 that you're going to save. So pretty cool. Last setting, that's the last setting that we need to go over. Let's see what else I have on my list right here. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to get the rest of the store set up now. So now, look, we don't have any products on here. We don't have any theme pages. We don't have anything else. And then we're going to start on our first Facebook ads. So this webinar is going to be a little bit longer, I think, than other ones. I hope if it lets me go very long. We've already been going 36 minutes, and there might be an hour-and-a-half limit. I've read somewhere that there's an hour-and-a-half limit on the broadcasting tool that I'm using. So if it stops, I'm going to have to start it again. We'll go live again. But this should go a little bit longer today. So now we went through the settings. We went through payments, checkout, shipping. Let's deal with some pages. Let's get some pages set up on here. That's one of the next things I do. Let's go to online store pages. And the pages that I want, we're going to have an About Us page. I'm just going to go ahead and delete this one. We're going to have the About Us page. We're going to have a contact page. And then we're going to have a TOS and policy page. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come back over here to my settings, open that up, and I'm going to go to the checkout settings, and I'm going to grab, we have our privacy statement and our terms of service over here. So I'm just going to copy that, and I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to go TOS, bold, heading 1, go underneath that, oops, and then I'm going to paste all of that text. And then I'm going to go back over here to this page. I'm going to grab the privacy policy. Like, I'm not going to do anything illegal, right? I don't plan on doing anything illegal, with their privacy or doing anything wrong, and I don't think anybody's going to do us wrong. So I don't really have to worry about these in the very beginning. I don't have to change anything with it. Just roll with it, with the default ones that are automatically generated, and just copy and paste that. Oops, get rid of the bold. Right, and so now I have that page. And then I have the let's go back over here. So I have the About Us, the Contact Us, and the TOS and policy page. Let's go ahead and call that privacy. Just in case somebody actually is looking for it, I want them to be able to see it. All right, About Us. We love comfy socks at Cozy Faux Socks. We love cozy. I don't know, just say anything, right? It doesn't have to be important. At Cozy Faux Socks, we love cozy. We also love savings. So we started Cozy Faux Socks. At Cozy Faux Socks, we love cozy. We also love savings. Just leave it like that. We also love savings. You might not see many products when you come to the store. But that's because we're getting you the best prices on Cozy. I just remembered I got to make up a new phone number, so I'm not going to put a phone number on there. I typically do phone numbers, but I'm not for this one. So we're just going to put an email. If you guys want to know a good tool for phone numbers, use Ring Central. I like it. There's a bunch of them out there, but Ring Central works. So I'm just going to save that. Just give them a little bit of information so they know a little bit about us, and this is how it's going to look on the page. So that will work. Let's go back to the pages, contact us. So basically, a lot of times what I do is I just actually copy this page, and I'll put it on the contact us as well. For now. Just in the beginning. When I'm getting started. All right. Keep refreshing you guys' comments. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Looks like it's actually working for me today. Okay. So I got the pages set up. I'm going through my checklist. Let's go get the product. Cool stuff. Fun stuff. So to set the product, you just go to the Products tab and then add your first product. But I'm actually going to go over... let me do something real quick. I'm going to use incognito for this one because I was just doing some research on AliExpress for some other people, and I don't want their products to be showing up to you guys because AliExpress is dynamic and it shows you basically things that you were looking at are relevant to what you were looking at. And so I want you guys to see what I have other people selling and things like that. So. All right, so what were our socks? Faux socks. I really like these ones. The only problem is I did a lot of research. Well, not a whole lot, probably like 20 minutes or so between this webinar and the last one, and I couldn't find these socks anywhere else, so I'd have to go straight to this particular vendor. I guess I could have did an image search for that one, but I want to go for the ones you search by orders, and then the ones that come up the most. Those are the ones you want to stick with. So right here, all the same ones that keep coming up over and over and over. They have the most orders. Those are the ones we want to stick with. They also got really good reviews, so that's a plus. Except for this one, that could be because of the vendor, but overall, really good reviews. People like them. So what we're going to do is we're going to, let's see, open up one of them. We don't want watermarks. So this one has watermarks. Let's go back. I'll just open up a few of these. I can see the watermarks across some of these actually just by looking. So we might not even be able to find any good images without watermarks. Let's go over to Alibaba. We'll be able to figure it out. You don't really want to have big old watermarks going across these images. So here's some of the other ones. The ones that I said I couldn't find over here, the top sellers right here. I think that's the same ones, basically. Oh, no, a little bit different. Oops. Um, are these them, do you think? Are these the same socks? How many colors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It says 14 there, but that's not 14. I think these are them though, huh? I'm trying to see if it's the same patterns. Looks like it is. A lot of the same patterns. There's some that are missing, but for the most part it's them. So look, now we could come down and we can see all the images, tons of graphics, and then all of the different colors. So while I couldn't see any that were on AliExpress, I did see some that were on Alibaba without the watermarks. Cool. So let's go ahead and keep that. I'm going to close out this window. I'm going to close out. I'll leave that open. I'm going to make a folder right here on my desktop, and I'm going to start getting some of these images. Okay, so AliExpress isn't just going to let me grab them and drag them. So typically, a lot of times you can just grab the image and just drag it, but they're not going to let me do that here. So there's a way around that. And they're not letting me right click either. So see, I try to right click and it's not going to let me in there. So what I'm going to do is click on the outside of it, inspect element, and then you want to come to element, oops, not that. You want to come over here to, where is it at? Sources. I'm lost right now. I can't find what I'm looking for. I want to know where the resources went. Did they move stuff on me? Jing? Or you're talking about this top left corner? Trying to get you guys looking at you guys' comments. Yeah, I can use a screen snipper, but I wanted to show you guys an easier way to do this, but it's not easier if it's moved. How do I get this to come up at the bottom? Can I? So that's something you guys got to be used to. You got to be used to things changing on you. Used to be just so easy right here. So I'm going to have to probably just use screenshots of it all, which is lame. You don't want to do that. It takes longer. Let's try this a different way. So, this is a live watch me build. This is, reality. Nothing ever goes the way you want. They just restructured the way this looks, and I know that it's here somewhere. I just can't figure out where. Whatever. Screw it. So what we'll do is some screenshots. Actually, let me Let's see if there was any more. That's the one I had. Key. Don't want those ones. Doesn't look like there's a lot of options, so I might have to just do the screenshot. Could have had it done by now, I guess. You haven't been able to find it either, Kim? Weird. I don't know. Whatever. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab some screenshots of these. I don't really want the one with China stuff on it. So I will just grab, let's see, how am I going to do this? Control Shift. I'm just going to grab a bunch of them at a time and make them one big image, I guess. You could get any screenshot tool for this. If you're on Windows, just use the snipping tool. If you're on Mac, Control Shift 4, I think is what works for everybody. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but I think. And you don't have to worry about taking images from a site. You don't have to worry about like any trademark or anybody coming after you or anything like that. There's or copyright or anything like that. These images are basically universal. You'll find one vendor that made a product, and then typically the way it works, or a lot of times the way it works, is in China. There's one factory that makes the product, and then they sell it to a bunch of different trade companies or different resellers in China. And a lot of companies will claim that they're factories, and they might be by some definition a factory, but they're not the actual producer, the one that's actually manufacturing the product. So they might be a factory that packages the products or something like that, right? And then they'll call them. So if you say, "Are you a factory?" They'll say yes, but they're not really. They're not the end factory. So typically there's only one, but a lot of times there's more. But a lot of times there's just one factory, and the images will go back to that one factory, and that's why you'll find a lot of the same images across different sellers. Oops. One thing you do have to worry about though is with products that can be I don't know how to explain it, but as an example, I was selling a way back when I first got started. I didn't mind selling things, or I was a lot more loose on selling things that had the potential of being copyrighted. And so I was selling like this Disney Frozen dress, and that dress modeled after one that came from Disney, but you could take any dress and model after it. You could take, it doesn't matter if it's after Disney or whoever. You could model after certain products, but you don't want to use their images. And so that's what I was doing. That's what all the factories were doing. They were using the images straight from Disney, and I'm bringing these images over here, and using them as if they were their own. And so anybody who went and sold that same product, anybody who went over there and copied the images and put them on their website was actually taking Disney's images and putting them on their website. And so there are those things that you do want to be careful of. But for the most part, you'll kind of know if that's a problem ahead of time. So we got the images now. I'm just going to go ahead and leave that open right here, and then we don't need any of this anymore. Let's come back over here. Where'd my product go? Don't need that anymore. So I'm going to add a new product, and I'm just going to grab all of my images that I just got. I'm just going to drag them right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 styles. We'll have 6 styles on ours. We're just, so I debated on how I wanted to do this. Did I want to set up the store to have one product with multiple variants, or did I want to set up the store with multiple products, each one being its one style? And I think I went with to allow us to grow, putting this as one product, and that'll be fine. So let's see if we can get some more images, actually. I think there were some more over here in AliExpress. Some more use images. And we don't have all of the styles now, but that will be fine. Put these ones right here. See, I could just drag these. Oops. So I could just drag them off for the most part for some of them. Just drag them straight to your desktop. Even though I'm not selling all these, that's fine. Let's see if any of these other ones had others. So let me tell you guys something about imagery. With images, and this is more advanced, this is stuff I wouldn't be going over in the Watch Me Build. I'm just going to go over it just so you know what I'm looking for. Imagery, with products that people know what they're getting before they get it, when they're ordering it, they know what they're getting, then you want to focus on the technical details. A product that a person doesn't know what they're getting until they actually receive it, you want to focus on imagery that really shows off that product, allows them to view that product. So for example, this type of product, a sock, they don't know what they're getting until they get it. Looking at this picture, you don't know how comfortable it is, you don't know how soft it is, you don't know how thick it is, you don't know how warm they are, you don't know anything about them. And so you want to, in the image, you want to let them see as much as they can. So big image with the full sock, images that show it up close. This one is almost a perfect image for this type of product. It allows them to see the material. It allows them to see how fluffy it is. It allows them to see, I guess that's it really, but it allows them to really look at it. These ones get in good at the details. They see the cloth and the faux fur. And so those types of images work really well for this type of product versus a hard drive. Say you're buying a hard drive, a 500 gigabyte hard drive, that's all you really care about. Showing images like this doesn't do anything for it, right? You don't need to show more images like this to try to sell a hard drive, right? You need to get in and show how the screw goes in so finely. You don't need to show that stuff, right? But for the socks, you want to show those things. So for products that they don't know what they're getting until they actually get it, with a feel, they got to touch it, they got to really handle it to know what they're getting. Those type of products, you want to have images that show off as much as you can. Other products you don't really care about, products that they know what they're getting, but there's just specs. You want to focus on the copy. You want to focus on the details on the product page, the copy that really breaks down what it is that they're actually getting. So, that's something to remember. I think I closed up my Facebook over here, so I'm going to open it back up and make sure I'm not missing any questions or anything like that. Yeah, there's a lot of other ways to find products. I'm looking at the comments. There's a lot of other ways to find the images and stuff. I just showed you some simple ones. I mean, you could go to Amazon. You could go to a bunch of other websites. You could do a Google image search. There's a bunch of different things you could do. I just didn't get too technical. So I'm going to put that one in there. Oops, actually, it's the same one I already had there. Okay, so let me delete that. And then these long ones, I want to actually put in my description. So let's just go put this here. I don't want to scroll down on all of these images, so let me move over here. I don't care if you guys see some things, but I don't want to have to scroll through my entire desktop. It's uglier than it should be, full of images. So I'm trying to find that folder. What did I name it? New folder 3 or untitled folder. Okay, so now let me bring this back over. All right, and so the image I want is, actually it's on my desktop. Let me move it. Okay, so the image I want, I'm going to start off with that one. The only thing I worry about with these images, and we might have to change them later on, you guys could remind me about it if I forget, is that the model in the image is Asian, which is fine. You know, nothing wrong with that in it of itself, except that when people go to when we try to sell this to people and they look at it, they might turn them off. They're gonna be like, oh, this is a China product. So that's just the only thing to be aware of. I'm just going to leave those images as is for now. Put these ones in here. Let's see, move some of these up, I guess. Got that in there twice. So these ones, you could see the details of the product, see them in use, different ways of wearing them. This, you could see the details of it. And then these ones, you see the colors. Let's move this one up here too. These ones, you see the colors. This one doesn't have a name on it, so let's give it a name. This one's black, white top, leopard, dark coffee, light coffee, top black. Oh, I can't edit it yet. I'll have to edit it in a minute. So these are, let's give them a compare at price, $19.99. We're giving it away for free for the first one. Actually, let's think about this real quick. They're going to be able to, yeah, so if I put free, they're going to, as they add more to cart, as long as they're 0.5 of a pound, so now I'm putting my weight, remember in the shipping, for every half a pound it goes up, the shipping. So as long as it's, even though they're not paying for the sock, as long as they're adding 1 to cart, the price is going to go up. And it's going to go up until they could add 4 to cart. And then I want to add variants, and the variants I want to be tell them to choose a style, and then so black, top white, black, white, leopard. And then, oops, dark coffee, light coffee, top black. And then, oops, there's this weird color that doesn't have a name. I have no clue what to call that. Let's see. We'll call it light tan. tan mix. I don't know. It has like it has like a mix in it. So it's light coffee. So we'll just call it like tan. I don't know. Don't make it too difficult. Okay, leave them all with a free price, and I'm not going to edit anything else. I'm just going to go ahead and hit save. Yeah, I'll be drop shipping from China for the original, for just the test phase. Drop shipping from China. Yeah, we could use a Shopify app, but well, I said in the group why I don't trust a lot of third-party apps that are built by marketers, but what am I call these? We'll call them universal just to show them that they're universal. You know, they could wear them up, they could wear them down, they could wear them on high boots, low boots. All right, I'm just gonna hit save. I don't worry about any of this other stuff over here. Just let the visibility roll on all of the sales channels that I have available. And right now we're not gonna worry about collections or anything like that because we're not really adding much to our store in that sense. We're just gonna have one product, so we don't need products or collections yet. If we build out a bunch of different types of socks, a bunch of different products, then yeah, we could do that. But for now, I'm not going to worry about it. So it's saving. At least it's acting like it is. It doesn't want me to leave the page. It doesn't look like it's doing anything more with the save. Weird. It just glitched on me. We could add more. We could add the images later. It saved it for the most part, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to re-upload my images. I don't know why they didn't save in there. And this could be a lot easier. You could use the Shopify app to add a bunch of products. You know, like I said, I'm going to start off with the most basic, and using all these other tools isn't basic. That's kind of more advanced, even though it simplifies things. I like people to know about how to do it from ground level first. So now I got to get rid of these images that I got doubles on. Now we're almost ready for ads. I don't think you guys want to see that though. I think you guys wanted to see about how to put images in products. I don't think anybody wanted to watch anything with ads. Oops. I didn't mean to refresh that. Right? Nobody wants to see anything about ads. So somebody said, what about sizes? This would typically be, that is typically something you want to pay attention to, and socks is typically an item that you would want to pay attention to it with, because socks, you know, are these kid sizes, are they adults? These say adults, and so we're just going to roll with one size fits all. So let's keep readjusting this real quick. Supply, blah, blah, blah. Oops, no, that was the one I want to edit. So yeah, so now I'm going to edit this one, and I'm going to, what I call this, tan. Kind of make it match the other ones. I don't remember what color green those other ones were, but Okay, now it has a name there like the rest of them. Looks a little bit different, but who cares? I don't. And then you can go through and like attach these. So like when they buy the black, they'll see the black. I'll just go ahead and do it really quickly. That way when they get to checkout, they'll be able to see. It'll show them the product that they have. And sometimes that is a problem because it might show the first. It might show the. Hey, nobody correct me. Was there a top black one? Because I only see a top white one, and I put top black. So I got to rewrite that one. Oh, you know what? Maybe there was a top black. Yeah, there is. Okay. All right. So we got that. It's got all the colors, and then what that does too is it allows them, as they're clicking through, usually, it changes it right here. Depends on, that's theme dependent. A little slow on this one. But it's done. It's ready. And so I could put products, I could put text in there, but we don't really need text. They'll know what they're getting. Let me just put one line of text though. Free. And then a lot of people like to put just pay shipping, but let's try something psychological. Shipping not included. See how that sets a different tone than just pay shipping? I put just pay shipping a lot, but I try to do this too when I think of it. Let's see. I don't think I'm forgetting anything else with the products. Hey guys, I know that there's some of you that do this often. Anybody think of anything that I'm missing on that? Someone asked, how can I fix how the images look? Oh, you're talking about on the theme. I see what you're saying. Yeah. We're going to fix that here in a minute. That's one of the next steps. So you're talking about the images. There's images right here, and then there's the images right here. So these images on the right side are from the description, and these ones are the actual images. And what I mean by that is this is the description, so those are the ones on the right side, and then these are the images. So that's why it lays out that way. But we can fix that here in a second. Matter of fact, that's the next step, the very next step that we're going into. So let me go ahead and I want to keep eye on this now as I'm getting closer to the time. It is an hour and 14 minutes into this, and so I read somewhere, and it's been a while since I've seen the hour and a half limit, but I'm not sure. So if it cuts out, we'll start all over, and you guys could not all over, but part 2, and then you guys could jump back on. Okay, so let me go ahead and close out this stuff. These are the pages. I don't need the incognito window anymore either. And then let us go over here into, we're going to go into, let's see, where's it at now? I think an online store, and then themes, and then we could change the theme or customize this one. I want to go to let's visit the theme store. There's a theme that I like to use. It's really cool and works really good with single product images. And that is, and it looks like there's a lot of new ones out here now too. But let's just go to free, and we're going to find the Brooklyn theme. It is it still here? Yeah, right here. It's the one I like. We're just going to install that theme, publish it as my store's theme. It's going. Have you ever seen a website be built so quickly? I mean, you guys that aren't familiar with this type of stuff, you guys that don't do this all the time, it's It's kind of cool. I mean, it can be done really quickly. So this is a different theme. Notice that now it's got these push buttons, and notice it changes a lot quicker. When we were using the drop down on the other theme, it didn't change as quick. So now these are push button. Images are still right here on the right hand side, but I'm fine with that. I'm just going to go ahead and leave that for now. Okay, so let's go into, I'm trying to think of little pieces I could do for the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes before this video might come to an end, 15 minutes, I guess. So a logo, I typically go to vector stock for my logos and just quick graphics. And you could find anything here. You could find, I mean, there's just all kinds of graphics. But let's say, there's even a Donald Trump one right here. You can find, say, I want a sock. Bunch of vectors, right? So this is what I would do a lot. I went through yesterday just because sometimes this can be time consuming. And so I did this yesterday on my own, and there wasn't anything for socks. I think for us, we'd have to get a custom design made for ours because we're so niche-y, and there's not a lot of vectors or logos already pre-made for the faux sock niche, right? So we have to get a little bit more niche-y. And so in those times, I like to use 99 Designs, but I don't use this until I'm actually, I'm going to move this over here real quick. Okay, just want to make sure it didn't log in automatically. Oops, that's not even it. I want to make sure it doesn't log in automatically and then show you all my logos. I don't think it will. Cool. Yeah, so 99 Designs, you come over here and you can just create competitions and have people compete for your logo. And so you put up an idea of what you want, and they basically will come up with a bunch of, you'll get hundreds, or it could be 10, it could be 200 different submissions that you get, and it's based on your different setting, or how you, your account and how you publish it and things like that. But you get a bunch of different designs, and then you choose the one that you want as your logo. And you can see these are really high quality, really good designs. And it's not just for logos. They do packaging, they do letterhead, they do all kinds of stuff. So 99 Designs is probably where we're going to end up if we end up blowing up this niche. If we end up going further, we'll have to go to 99 Designs for a logo. This was the Brooklyn theme. I like it. So now that we got that, let's go over here. Now we can go to, in our themes, let me refresh this because it still has Launchpad, but now we're in Brooklyn and we want to customize the theme. There's a bunch of different things you could do. You could change the colors, the typography, the header. You can change everything, a lot of different things on the theme. These are just easy settings to deal with the design. So if you don't know about building websites, if you don't know about website design and development, all that stuff, you don't even have to worry about it. This is so easy. If you want to change your logo, if you want to put your logo, just pick the logo to put on there, right? We don't have one yet, but if we had one, we'd put it there, right? If we wanted to change the size of the logo, if we wanted to add a favicon right there, if we wanted to change the sliders and the way the things lay out on the home page, all that stuff we can customize right here very easily, and you don't need to know any code. So I love it for that reason. So some of the first things I always do is I go into the cart and I get rid of the drawer, and I always I go to the cart page. That allows me to do some stuff with my targeting, or my pixel and my retargeting, my Facebook ads, without having to do some really some coding, some action-based coding. So I went in there, cart page, changed that. You could design your checkout page. You could put your logo and a few things on there. We're going to leave that one alone. A lot of times, if I had a logo, I would change that. If you have a newsletter like MailChimp or some sort of email list, you're going to put that in there. This is MailChimp, actually. They only have that for right now. You could edit the design of the collection page. Is it a collage or is it a grid? So there's all kinds of different settings. And when I come in here and I grab a new theme, if I don't already know the theme, I'm going to come through here and I'm just going to click around just like I'm doing now and kind of figure out what there is, and then play with them. Because each theme has its own settings. There's going to be the standards, and then there's going to be per theme type settings. And so I just like to see what's available for me. So on this one, it's got the hero slider, the banner on the front page. So let's go ahead and edit that really quickly. We'll have to put an image on it, but we'll do that in a minute. Introductory text. Let's see. Just gonna leave it like that. We love Cozy Faux Socks. Okay, and then actually I'll deal with that in a minute. Where's my product page at? Is it down here? Cool. So let me go to this product. I'm gonna grab that product. I'm gonna put that as the link URL. Find your socks. We love Cozy Faux Socks. Find your socks. We only need one slide for right now. I'm going to save this. I'll come back to that and add the actual image. And then let's get rid of the featured collection off the home page. So we show the slider, featured content, none, none, none. Let's have nothing on the front except the slider. So then that way people don't come to our store and expect a lot of different products and only find one. It's kind of it kind of keeps things hidden, that the fact that there's only one product, because you just go to the home page and you don't see anything else but just a hero slider. So one thing I do is I use Adobe Stock for images, and I will simply put in I did this already. There's not socks on here, so I was just going to use faux fur, and Adobe Stock, you could get a bunch of images. If you have an Adobe account, so like if you're going to have Photoshop, you might as well get Adobe Cloud Count, and then you get 10 free images a month from Adobe Stock, and so that's what I use. I don't know how much they normally cost, probably like $20 an image. I think you get 10 free, and then I pay like $1.99 or $2.99 or something like that per image afterwards. And so, it's worth it. When you first get started, it's kind of, you don't want to spend a lot of money on things, but it's worth it in the end. So I'm just looking for a good banner image that would go on that hero slider. So you got to do some research. You just got to click around. What do I think about removing Powered by Shopify? Yeah. I don't think it really matters, to be honest. I don't think it helps or hurts. Shopify is wanting to become more of a platform. I consider them a platform already rather than a tool, but there was just an article published about them becoming more of a platform. And I think as they do that, I think that saying powered by Shopify, I think that might help us out a little bit. It'll be kind of like pay with PayPal, how that can be helpful. I think this is the one I was looking for right here. Just has that up top. Let me see. Would that work? Do I think that would work? I don't know. I just want something plain. Save the preview. I just got the preview so I can see how it looks. I don't know. Maybe that'll work for now, huh? Let's see what this looks like. Um, hmm. Let's leave it. I'm going to replace it with the. I'm just going to go ahead and buy that image just for simplicity. And then I'm going to replace this one with the one I just purchased. Okay, coming up on 3 minutes to an hour and a half, so we'll see if this thing ends. So that'll work for now. I do want to add, because it goes down off into the white, what I want to add is the some product stuff back down there. So featured products, we'll leave that, and then so now you got to go back and change that product to that collection. So that it will show up on the home page. I don't know if I'm missing something, or so that's featured products, and that is home page. Keep that time. So I got 50 seconds left. So let's see if it ends. I'm done with featured products, right? And I'm done with the collection. Did this one not save to that collection? Oh, it didn't. All right. There we go. And where it says featured products, you can actually change that over here in theme options. I think it's in edit languages. And then home page, featured products. You could put see what's hot. Did that save? I don't think it saved. See what's hot. See, it changed it. Or actually, let's change that to free pair of socks or something like that. So it looks like this is still going on my side. It's still moving. We're past an hour and a half. I just want to make sure you guys let me know. You guys can still see it. It says it's live for me still over here. Okay, so it's still live. So I think we're going to keep on going. Okay, so I wanted to change this one more thing. So we love faux socks, find your socks. If they click that, it'll take them over to here, to that page. If they scroll down, claim your free cozy faux socks below. We'll just get rid of that below. I don't like that big space right here. I wonder if it's there because of the homepage settings. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it though. So we got the page done. Let's see. As far as the rest of the branding, we're not going to worry about logo. We'll just leave it like that. The name, Cozy Faux Socks. Home. We're going to change that navigation a little bit, and we're just going to leave this like that. I wonder if I could hide the MailChimp. Yeah, so I can save that. That's going to be gone. So now that's gone. Now let's deal with the navigation up there now. So footer. Let's edit this one. Main menu, catalog. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Blog. We don't have a blog. We have about us, and then we have a contact us. And then home, about us, contact us. We'll put, now that's good enough for the main menu. That's going to be the top menu. And then on the footer menu, I want to change that, and I'll put the same thing in there. I'm going to put contact us. And I'm also going to put the terms of service and the privacy. So I know that a lot of you guys know how to do a lot of this stuff. But for those of you who are watching this, either live or watching in the recording, is this something that's pretty, is this something easy that you think you could do? Like, it doesn't have to be more difficult than this. We can make it more difficult. We could add a lot more. We could add so much more to this, right? Like someone just asked in the comments, if we're going to keep the store, we're going to keep it with no option, or we're going to add multiple products. We're going to add a bunch of stuff. We're going to build it out if it ends up working. So remember, we just want to move quick. We want to be able to test things and see if things are even going to work. What if I don't want to spend 3 weeks working on this and then it not convert at all? It be useless. I don't want that to happen. So I've done it too often. I've spent way too much time building things and not be able to get it to convert like the way I thought it would. And so from that, I've learned to just move as quick as you can. And it doesn't matter if you mess up in the beginning. It really doesn't matter if you lose customers. It doesn't matter if you get it wrong. What matters is that you're going to collect data, and that's really all that matters. So we got our socks lined up already in here. They could choose their different colors. I have it set on the home page to where they could go to the socks, or it has this, claim their free socks. The menu's up there, home, about us, contact us. We have that in the bottom as well. Let's go ahead and do this now. Let's go. I got all of that done. I think is good for now. let's go over, let me come over here in my other window now real quick. All right, so I got this Facebook business account. It's just a demo account that I made for this. And we have our ad account in there, and we have our Facebook page in there. Um, let's see if I'm forgetting anything. I'm going to have to go, I think we're going to go, so let's go to the page first. Let's do that. Hope it opens as a business. Yeah, cool. And then, so I didn't get a picture. I didn't get a cover photo. I didn't get description or anything like that. I don't think. I did get the website in there when I was setting it up, but I didn't get anything else up in there. Notice that there's a shop right here. That shop is there because of the sales channel that I set here. So that's Facebook sales channel. That's what sets that shop there. So we have our shop already there. There's just no products there because, well, we haven't put any product. Or we put one product. This updates daily. So I think that's what it is. It's daily. I think it updates like middle of the night. You could actually go to the store and go shopping. And if you have a bunch of products there, you'll see them all laid out right here. And the cool thing is when your users come, they could actually subscribe to the store as well here on Facebook. And so when you add new products and they get pushed to Facebook, what's going to end up happening is that they're going to get a notification every time you add a new product. So that's pretty cool. There's way more cool things about the Facebook than that, but that's just one of them. So I got the ads account set up. I want to get this set up, the image and the graphics. So let me add just the same photo. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to open up Photoshop and make a quick... No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do something different for you guys. Here's a free service. If you don't know how to use Photoshop or if you just need something for free, PicMonkey.com. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, let's see, design. And actually, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to open and this one. So now I got that, and then I could crop it. And Facebook's image is 851, what is it? 851 by 3 something, 57 or something like that. I don't remember what it is for the cover photo, but it's something like that. I don't remember the exact dimensions, so I'm just going to run with something like that. And then just grab some text, throw some text on there. Actually, let's just do this. Cozy. Trying to think of which way to do it. Let's keep it easy. Oh, I gotta pay for that one. I do actually have a paid account. I'm just not using it right now. I use this font often. How many of you guys have some sort of tool that you like PicMonkey that's different than Photoshop? I'm sure there's a lot of them out there. something like that. There, it doesn't have to be perfect. And that's just my cover photo. So I'm just going to save that. And then I go back to Facebook. Now I didn't make my dimensions exact, but I didn't have to because you get to reformat it and stuff. So that's good enough. And then as far as the picture, I really don't know what to put for that. Let's just make something really quickly. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Actually, you know what? It is what I want. Let's do that. I'll run with that. I like it. We don't need a logo. Why do we need a logo, right? And then that will be our logo. Or I could just take a picture of myself. Probably kill the cells. There he is. Yeah, Canva. I hear a lot of people talk about Canva. Okay. What? Skip cropping. Why? Oh, there we go. Okay. There. Now we have everything we need. We have our store set up. We have our photos. We have our photos there. We don't need to do anything else. So now we could start actually on our ads. You guys following along?